Okay, so I bought two punches, so one punch board and one punch by VR Memory Keepers. I really love this brand. They do some really remarkable things that allow you to create professional looking things at your own home, convenience, business, whatever you're doing. So that's why I love purchasing things, and I'm still thinking what I should buy that typewriter, because I'm so into that typewriter thing. I remember back in the 80s, my dad in his office, he had this typewriter and it was so fancy, and I would go in and kind of as a child try to type something, and I loved the sound and the feel of the buttons when those I don't know, what are they called, you know, those things that hold the letters come out and then they bang them on the paper. It's just, the whole thing is, I don't know, brings me back to childhood, so I really love it. Anyways, coming back to reality. Yes, so I got this punch board. Now there's a bit of a pre-story that I should tell you. So first, this was like a while ago, maybe a year ago or even more. I bought these by an accident. So I thought they're individual punches. I didn't realize that they actually designed to be used with this punch board, and later on I realized, but I just kind of thought I can use them as they are. Now I can do if I work on something small, because they're not really comfortable pressing, so I'd have to go like that and you get quite tired doing it. So if it's a small piece of paper that I want to cut these holes in, then I can totally do that. But if it's a longer page, because that's what they're designed for, then you need the punch board. Now let me just show you something quickly. Okay, so essentially what this is designed for is to create additional pages for your sketchbooks or notebooks or journals or anything like that, or planners. So when you have this ring binder, what you could do is, if you want to add an additional page or a tip-in or something like that, you can punch out these holes. So I've got the fitting one for this one would be this. So this is the square one. But there's also, like I just showed you, the other two designs. So there's one which is quite small, round one, and there's a bigger round one. So side by side, that's what they look like. So basically you've got three different styles, and that's essentially what you can do. So you can add those extra pages or tip-ins into this type of sketchbooks. Or what I bought it for and started using, I'll show you. I actually can't find it for some reason, but anyways, I'll show you. So for example, you take a cardstock and you punch out a shape. So if I'm doing it manually, I'd have to just press it quite hard, and then I get this basically edge here. So what I'm trying to say is you can use it in your scrapbooking layouts. So then you could tuck it in here like this, and it would look like it was, you know, it came out of one of those notebooks. So it just adds a little bit more texture to your layouts. So it looks really nice and pretty. So basically, like I said, using it manually is not really comfortable, and it's not designed like that, but you can do it because they're quite cheap to buy like that, just the three of them. Now this is a little bit pricey, but the reason I bought it is actually, I didn't realize, when you buy it you also get, so it's a punch board, but you also get these hole punches inside, which means you can measure to whichever notebook you're using, whether it has 6 punches, 2 punches, 3 punches, whatever it is. I basically no longer would need to use one of those manual A4 punches, you know, when they're just the 2 holes, and there's like no flexibility of any other page sizes, so you can adjust them to anything you want and have those punches punched out. And that is why I got it, because it really is quite useful. So you can see you can do so many different things. You can even do one of those kind of longer ones. I don't know how you achieve that, but it basically shows you here all the things you can do, quite literally anything and everything. And it's really worth the price, I find, because now I have the full set. So let me just demonstrate quickly. I love the design. I love the this aqua color as well, which is so pretty. So here's what it looks like. So you get 5 of these, and so you can cut up to 5 holes at one time, and then I guess you can recenter them. And if you need more, like if you need 9 holes, you could still do that. And these are the large holes from what I can tell. But there's also, what I can see, there's also this set, which is the pink and the brown, and I wonder whether that, yes, that must be the smaller sizes. It doesn't show here, but there's a little leaflet here that you can look at. So yes, very excited to be using those, and you just somehow clip them in. So this would be the center of the paper, and then you would somehow place these where you need to place them. And let's just imagine I would want 2 holes right here, and I'm going to take a piece of paper, and then I'm just going to put it inside like so, and then it makes it a lot easier because you just pressing onto here and you get these 2 holes. So it's very easy, and I just want to try actually these ones here. So same thing, imagine that's the center. I'm going to put it into the center, and then all you do is do it on this corner here. Go like that. So you go that direction basically, then you realign the cut bits, and you just continue like that. So very quickly you can basically do something like that. And then, so let me show you with this punch here. So I'm going to put it right into the middle like that, and imagine I'm going to actually do it on this side like that and like that. So imagine I've got these all the way through, and I'm just going to push these in like that, and that would hold my page here. So if I wanted to put an extra page, so that's how you would do it. So it's a really neat thing to do, and to get it out, it won't get out that easily. You literally would need to lift it like that. If you pull it this way, it won't come out. So that is that, and because I have to run to pick up my son, the other thing I wanted to add that I didn't mention is that these are actually stackable. So they have these little things sticking out, and then you just slide them and they stay like that in your drawer, so, or wherever you are keeping them, so they're not flying around. Or if you find it easier to just store them kind of like that, then you can do that as well, but at least there is a neat way of keeping them nicely organized. Now with these ones it's the same thing, but it ends up actually taking quite a bit of space because it ends up being very long strip. So I'll show you. You can stack them like that and also keep them in your drawer, but like you can see, it's quite long, so it depends, but you have at least that option to keep them like that. Okay, the other thing that is actually quite important is that I forgot to say that this planner, it's called planner punch board. It not only will kind of be the only hole puncher you will ever need, because you can, as you can see, punch any size you want. However, on the other side, what's very helpful, it actually gives you the guidance to punch the right hole size for whatever you are doing. So there is, if I just put it up closer to you, hopefully you can pause and have a little look. Heidi swap, small Heidi swap, large. So I was going to say, for example, if you're creating one of those ring binder albums yourself, then again you can just measure up where these holes are. So you would kind of centralize your album roughly. I don't know, I'm just kind of doing this quickly, but you can take time to do that. And then, for instance, if this would be here and somewhere there, and then you can write down what these size holes are, but I can see from the top of the camera they're not aligning, but you get the idea what I mean. And then every time you would get the same holes here. So basically this is the only hole punch I will ever need, which is quite neat, because it means I don't need to have, you know, different sized ones and things like that. The only thing I would invest in is smaller holes, because these are rather large and I don't really like large holes, so I would go for either the medium or a small. And I think there is a pack that you get these ones with it's like a pink and a brown as well, which is, like I said, is a medium and a small size. So that is it. The last thing I got is this punch here. Now I have to say, I really needed a tab punch, and I have been watching the girl I just mentioned to you, Lindsay Decor, and she uses in her Bible journaling, she uses the tags or the tabs a lot, and I really like that look, so I decided to invest into one, and this is what it looks like. So I just wanted to show you really quickly. The design of it is quite chunky. I mean, it's a chunky monkey, you can see that, but it does do a good job. So I'm just going to punch the tab out of the side here. So that would be my tab, and then basically you get a nice little tab like this, and you can stick it on the side and create all sorts of projects with it. So that is it. I'm looking forward to be using it. It's very cute. So for example, you could attach it to journal page like that. You could write something, you could type, you could stamp a date or anything like that. It just kind of makes things look nice. But I do need to, oh, I think it does say here, so I guess that's where the tab line, no, that's the middle of it. So basically next time if I would do it, I wouldn't put it all the way in. I would probably go like that. Let's see if I can do it. Nope. Okay, I need to play around with it to somehow make sure I don't waste this paper. I wonder how you do that. Let's see, you could obviously turn it around and do it like that. That's probably the best way. Yeah. Okay, I got it this time, you can see. Perfect. So there we go. Okay, so you just kind of probably reverse it and then save your paper. So there we go, cute little tabs. Alright, thanks for watching and see you soon.